Hello, hello, hello? Hello. Oh, hello. Hello there. I can't see behind the pillar.
Behind the pillow?
No, the pillar. Oh, hi there as well. There you go, hi. Oi, Ginger. Full attention. Full attention. Oh, not you, no. Right, we're nearly there. Oh, he's just doing that. Well, if I could just welcome you all to the Hello Poetry gig at the Granary in Dumfries. Hey! That's not bad. I need to read my notes straight away. That's really bad. But it was just to say welcome and thank you to Hello Poetry, which is this man down here. I'm going to say thank you to someone else as well, I think. Oh yeah, Nicola and Blackie, that's right, for the sound and setting it all up. And we've got more people arriving. See the word spreading. Hello. So that's good. And we've got a fairly tight schedule tonight, of which we're already running behind schedule. So I shall just do a little sort of warm-up poem whilst leaving the mic. Is that me? Oh, no, I don't need to pull anything back. No. Okay, so I know we've got 3 hours of poetry and music tonight with about 2 breaks. There's a raffle and there's a wee audience poem going around if you want to do that. And it should all finish by about 10. There you go. So just to sort of break the ice and start, I'll do you one of my favourite poems ever. And it's sort of about the theme that I write a lot on to do with the moon and the goddess and all sorts of lovely things like that, which I know quite a lot of people here appreciate. So here you go. And if I'm usually doing this really professionally, I have a packet of Jaffa cakes, but tonight, alas, there are no Jaffa cakes. Sorry about that. So, Luna 13. Blood red moon of 13 months. Where is the evil in all of this? Blood red stain from within. Where is the sin in all of this? From out of the mouths of ancient scholars came misogyny so devout. It turned Adam from Eve, the snake to the apple. 13 to 12. Luna to solar. The goddess of nature to the god of war. Blood red moon of 13 months. We welcome you back. Return from your exile and bleed red in our sun. Thank you. I love this bit. You have to decide what to do. Let's do this one. Has anyone got a cigarette?
Yes.
Yes. Can I have one, please? Is it your last one?
Can I light it up?
No, you can just give it me. It's a prop. It looks cool. Might this take some time? Are they ready rolled?
Custom made.
Are they? Oh, I better not smoke it then.
Oh, you keep it.
Right, anyway, this is actually a last fag. And this little sort of thing like this was instrumental to me leaving my marriage. And I have read this quite a few times. Sorry everyone's heard it before, but it is so good. It's a good poem. So, last fag. When you've finished your fag, you could get on with life. When you've finished your fag, you could notice your wife. Just finish that fag and all shall be well. And I wait, and I wait, and I do it myself and smile along while you finish your fag. And when you are done and call out my name, don't be surprised or say I'm to blame. Whilst you finished your fag, I left. Thank you. And I'm just going to squeeze a cheeky one in. There's a little cheeky one. Right, it's at the back. It's always at the back. Here it is. Right. It's about sort of drugs, because nicotine's a drug. And this is yes, no. Say no to drugs, they always said, but I said yes to everything. I took ecstasy and speed, got hooked on dope and stuck on coke. Say yes to drugs, they tell me now, to stop you from that awful down. Keep on the pills, don't ever stop. It's legal and it's free. Now I choose life by choosing drugs. Not heroin or nasty smack, no ganji weed or council block, no deadly mixture in a bag. I go and see my nice GP, who smiles and looks up on the screen my long list of medication and clicks on one, a treat for me. I sign the form and tick the box and take my paper bag. I still feel shifty and quite ashamed. You know the stigma, don't say that name. So let's say yes and take the best that Prozac has to offer. Pop those pills without a doubt, with no guilt in your tomorrow. Thank you very much. So that's just a little taste of what I normally do, but we're going to move on really quickly to Craig. Are we? We are, yeah, I think we are. Maybe I wasn't sure there. Just to give us a taste of his work, as probably not many people here have heard you do your thing. So, if you'd like to come up, that'd be great.
Hi. For those that haven't met me before, I'm Duffy. Hi. And gentlemen, those that have, sorry. I'm just going to do a couple of Dumfries-inspired poems from when I lived down here. For a while I was in the bottom of St Michael Street. So the first one is called Nith and Spate. I'm only going to do these two poems and then I'm just going to tell you a wee bit about hello poetry. That's why I have to catch up, if I can even find it. Stone, immaculate lady, staring sightlessly across the molten glass, surface which hides a deeper cold, slipping so fast no ice can touch, despite this bitter chill, der Virginia. Then the thunder, bellow and roar is emptying under pressure over the wharf, broiling, frothing, thrashing, and I want to jump, be part of that, knowing full well I'd be snapped as a match. The undertow pulls below, all sound from the world, and it's peaceful down there, amongst the fishes and eels, but here it's thunder and turmoil. Less than a few steps away, time has diminished your aching treble, replaced by soft washing, slip slopping as eddy and current play and waves, rolling, rolling along these banks. There, the submerged island of reed and broken trees, swallowed is breaching, this river reaches and leaps beyond its man-made boundaries, sliding across as a lover's hand, the feet of steps at the sandbox beach. The willow weeps at the sight of this simple beauty as the heartbreak tears fall from the guardian stars, their water mingling with this, flowing full, streaming away. How many folk remember going out in their wellies during the floods when the sands were totally washed away? I'm sure there was a wee kid in a rubber ring as well. Just going to do one more. This was living just opposite the Liver, and I had a wee net curtain in my room, and one day when the cars went past, I was in that sort of half-dream wake, and all these wee sparkling gold lights went up the wall, and I thought, that's what wishes look like. So, wishes. Wandering wishes, falling through the cracks as sand through fingers, defying count. Countless wishes, slipping past, dancing, silken as whispers leaving a lover's tongue, half misheard and gone. Uncatchable wishes, untraceable dreams, sweeping, swishing, they tantalise and tease, throw light in shadows, then leave. I'm glad I'm in Dumfries to do that, because I don't normally get to do those poems. So, what is hello poetry? Well, we're trying to take a tour, take poets from all over the UK, Scotland for these first 2 years, and gives them the chance to perform in places where they haven't normally been before. So far we've been Edinburgh, we went up to Aberdeen. Those were nights where we worked with people putting on events, and likes of here and Sunday night in Stirling, and then next Thursday in Glasgow we're putting on our own events such as this. So really grateful to everyone. I'm having a total mind and tongue twist block here. And we're trying to keep all the events free as much as is possible. So next year, hopefully with full charitable status, we'll have funding in place to take more people and go to more places. So it's going to be even more interesting. In the meantime, we're documenting all the shows, so even if you are here, if you didn't make it to any of the shows, you can watch them all on our YouTube channel. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, we've got a raffle of the absurd tonight in the breaks. Please buy a ticket. Hopefully it'll all go towards helping out. Back to you, Emma.
Thank you. Lovely. Thank you very much, Sophie. And you actually made Dumfries sound really lovely with those poems. It was really nice. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. Who said that? Right, now next up is Fresh from Festivals, or Fresh Before Festivals, maybe we should say. Is that okay for you, Ginger?
Before, after, during.
Before, after and during. A man who's done the festival circuit with his own style of fabulous poetry. I give you Ginger. Here he is.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Duffy. Thank you, Nicola. Thank you, Sarah. The whole thing about this, I reckon, is just for we can all be together as contemporaries, enjoy each other's words. Right, I'm going to tell you a few words about the tribe of Galloway, who are a group of young kids that are involved in a lot of festivals, and I'm sure I can see 2 or 3 of you here. I'm going to start off with a few words from 1993. There was a little festival held near Lauriston, and I call it the Firemaster Zoo. Going through the window of your mind, you can see you know you're not blind. Well, I see it now as the sun begins to shine. I got high with late summer creatures, and if you want to learn, they're going to teach us. Surfing with Gaga at the Firemaster Zoo. You can do this with me if you want to. Green meadow thistles coming from within. Barbed wire brambles wrapped around my skin. Suddenly there's Heather dancing on my bed, getting the beat with unknown rhythms coming from my head. Walking through the trees, gazing at the prisms that alter their state between the leaves. Hey dread flintlock, guardian of the night, pass the wine to make us feel alright. Giving, taking, losing, finding what turned up. Another strange brew came from the pot as eager mouths waited for the mushcore cup. White Strider informed me of a symbol stuck to the side. I said, I'm just waiting for the tide. It's going to be a high one because the moon was out that night. Her eyes were like islands in an ocean of milk. Her skin was as smooth as the finest worm-spun silk. But I don't know what I'm going to do when I leave this place. I think I'll just disappear or find another face. Thank you. You're not tongue-tied. I'm shaking like a leaf here. Right. The next one. I was really inspired by a group of travelling people that kind of settled in a field out by Wigton way somewhere, and they called themselves the Dunami. And when I heard those 3 words, I wrote this thing. The Dunami live from day to day, roaming around looking for a place to play, to dance in the sun, grow with the hay, rooted in the ground, keep coming round, oh Dunami. Dazed from weekenders all night long, the green man strolled along singing his song through the wind and the trees, asking them, please, don't leave me to disease, my spirit could die if you forget about I. Fish was seen rising from the river one night. She leaped over rocks and flew over stones. She was changing now, she could feel it in her bones. She landed in Mary Doll's house with a white swan by her side. Higgest I, they heard in their ears, a welcome word from the Hebrides. Mary made them at home and sat them down next to the green man who had oak leaves for a crown. He burst into song about brambles and thistles while Mary Doll's kettle whirs and whistles. She made them a brew which was sure to be true. It brought them round to the ways of the ground. They laughed and they jeered at what they could hear. A path which was round turned into sound, took them back through the ages to read over pages of words that were said before. They looked at each other like sisters and brothers when they opened the door to a world of folklore. Magic charms, spells and hexes. When the moon is blue, they dance with the pixies. The white swan spread her wings and flew away with fish. They flowed with the river forever and ever. The green man took Mary Doll into the trees. He kissed her lips, then he turned back to leaves. So when the grass grows tall and turns to hay, the wind will blow to the Dunami. Year in, year out, keep coming round, oh Dunami. Thank you. Right, my next one is the first kind of story that I wrote after the second Eden Festival, when I had time to relax a little bit and remember a few things that happened. It's kind of backwards. It starts off at the very end. Highland Ailey, the urban fairy, danced in her tartan flower. She put me under her spell well within the hour. The way she moved and what she said revealed the hidden source of light that shines from Eden on a cool September night. It shines from the sacred circle created by Warlock One for Acid Andy and Bonnie Ronnie to jump the broom with all their friends in the tribe of Galloway gathered round held tight as hard as tweed woven from the loom. Calamity Alley, queen of the bustle, swings her kettle to beat off cheesy disco. I love to boogie, do the hustle. She brewed up a sweet sensation in her magic pot. The crew were eager and thirsty, so they drunk the lot. Satisfied and grateful for the effort that was made from spice and sage, the cats with blue hats scarpered down to Devergilla stage. Choo 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 went the Zion train. The masters of Step Back Dub pulled into the station to let the crew on, all aboard to the sound of drums and horns. From a great height, little wooden spaceships beamed in the Highlight tribe, heavy metal psytrance from another planet, intergalactic earthbound sound to create the golden vibe. Shake it from the hips, spinning round and round. Rewarded with colourful comfy cushions in the Vishnu lounge, a gift from the sun gods in the trees. Aye, they were happy with us, dancing on the ground to low resonant sound. On a cosmic journey, way beyond Planet Monkey, dancing a line to DJ Divine. Flow with the Time Lord 2012. Let Bangra Tech open your mind to the conscious dance floor where change will come on Galloway grass so green and sweet. Good for your health, no need for wealth in the gardens of Eden streets. Right, the next one's a really long one. Right, I think I'll be alright. Let me think. I wrote this last year. This is after last year's Eden Festival. It's took me a wee while to get this one into my nut. Right. Back to the garden, back to the trees, back to the glade where peace and love is made. The gates are open for our minds to do the same. The Kinnell water is swollen with a warm summer rain. The tribe of Galloway are knitted together forever again to create the space for Emma's imagination to grace Devergilla stage and go drum-trodden over this ancient nation along the road with the undercover hippie. From the age of 5, he's been trippy. He puts on a suit and straightens his tie to sing songs of the truth without a word of a lie about the globalizing clone drones invading our planet who are out of reach of abstract speech. We all say, let them eat static. So Stonehaven Billy rapped out a story about his market square. He had a hat in his head that matched the colour of his hair. It was lang and brown and suited his face. A fine wordsman he is from all over the place. He's in the east, I'm in the west. We honour the story he's talking about. It goes on in every tune, you know the rest. Speak the truth at the top of the tree. That tryst goes deeper than mere mortals know when you listen to Space Funk Asazi. Sutu, not Zulu. At last, the secret in the rhythm of music has been found. The strings pull us together to shake up the ground. It's going to be a long time coming if you can't grasp what we are going on about. When the bard and his minstrels are drinking in Rabbie's tavern, words and music are passed around. So ears will perk up and listen to the tune that's played on guitars and the harp. There's nothing written down, it's coming straight from the heart. Oh, Robertson, Slaps and Ginger, they be getting foo in the soul with grace. Then in steps the Queen of the Bustle with a grin on her lovely face. Her old J-boy speaking words upon the stage about the way she swings her kettle when she makes a brew of spice and sage. A spooky moment for them, you see, for they have been together forever in eternity. That's why he calls her my wee dearie me. Oh. Sadie Moon was coming up on Planet Fidget, scratching in the furry chillum. Hoochie and Coochie took her hand to go dancing with the golden worm. He spun her round on the end of his tail and whipped up a storm in the Gilly Doo dance emporium with a revolution, commotion, cyclone, gale. The nation are waiting at the station for the Zion train. Choo, choo, choo went the crew, steaming and rolling again on those groovy tracks you'll never hear, doing the tune, romance, dancing and jumping jacks. Inside Nile's cosmic eye, the burning bush is evergreen. There be handmaidens and planet monkeys for the manic shamanics with the roving blue eyes for the Galloway queens. Oh. The Skyer man, he's at the front of the stage, skanking to the latest groove that's all the rage. He's a bit of a wildcat at the psychedelic circus. Only the brave set him free from his cage. He'll be chowing his face off all night long in the Gilly Doo. There could be casualties along the way, dancing to the golden vibe. Hungry for rhythm with an appetite for live transmissions with Zub Zub and the Galloway tribe. So Bonnie Ronnie prepared the food laid out for the beggar's banquet. She filled her bellies and kept his wan with her tartan blanket. She's got a rainbow and a fairy on her travelling van. Acid Andy lives in it. He's a loving man.
I love to read from a book now.
And that's if I could see the words because I forgot my spectacles. Right, so now, I think I'm going to do one for about a couple of years ago, held at Monty Ive. It was a summer solstice festival, and I ended up calling it Granny's Glen, because a great wee man's on a wee downer the new, and he needs a wee lift, so I'm going to lift him up with this poem. Hopefully you can hear my words. New faces with bright eyes came down for the central belt for a Facebook party under Galloway skies. They got what they wanted with plenty to spare, because the Monty Ive beatniks were there. The button Ben is looking good again in the son of Anders Granny's Glen. The canvas house is bright and tight for the DJs and bands to do their thing all night. They turned up the sound and shook the trees from the ground in the son of Anders Granny's Glen. They joined together for the longest day, the shortest night. They danced around a fire that was a shining beacon of light, built by Gogga, the fire master from the zoo. They set him free now and then, so he can get down to son of Anders Granny's Glen and celebrate the solstice with all his friends. Those smashed out relics on psychedelics, dancing in the midnight sun. So groovy and beautiful, they all become one. So the termite people building towers to oblivion can get back to the land and get down with Pablo Eskimo, the band that play all night in the Button Ben. Maybe then we can return to son of Anders Granny's Glen. Thank you.